Podcast. My name is Nabila Safira with name 63250608.
My name is Tiara Diolia with name 63251578.
Hello, welcome back to the NT Talk Podcast. It's me again, Nabila Safira, and today we'll be discussing the internet with my friend. Halo Tiara.
Hi Nabila, hi to everyone listening. I'm so happy to be here chatting with you.
Before we dive in, some of you might be wondering, why is the internet such an important topic to discuss? What do you think, Tiara?
Yeah, well, the internet isn't just a tool anymore. It's become a kind of basic infrastructure in our lives. From waking up and checking notifications to working, studying, and even financial transactions, almost everything is done online.
Well, speaking of development, if I may take a quick trip down memory lane, how did the internet actually start?
So, if we look back, the origins of the internet actually stem from a research project aimed at connecting several computers in different locations so they could exchange data. At first, the scale was very small, it only connected a few institutions, but the concept continued to be developed until communication standards emerged that allowed computers from different networks to talk to each other. That's when the internet really started to expand and become accessible to more people.
So, if went from being limited to a select few to something anyone can use now.
Exactly, especially after the emergence of service that made the internet more user-friendly for the general public with a more visual interface that's easy to navigate, not just text. From there, its growth became exponential.
Speaking of today, what do you think is the most significant change brought about by the internet?
In my opinion, is the way we communicate and access information. Back then, if we want to know the news, we wait for the newspaper or TV news. Now, information is real time, and sometimes the speed of it forces us to be more careful because information that isn't necessarily true can spread quickly too.
Exactly. So there are both positive aspects and challenges, right?
Yeah, it's like two sides of a coin. On the positive side, the internet opens up access to things that were previously hard to reach. People in rural areas can learn the same things as people in big cities, and small business can sell to a wider market. But on the other hand, we also have to think about digital literacy, the data security, and even mental health because of being overexposed to information.
Based on your own experience, how do you filter information so you don't fall for hoaxes so easily?
I usually check first to see if the source is credible or not. Then compare it with several other sources if the information is only available in one place. And no official media outlets have report on it. I usually hold off on believing or share it.
Aside from those challenges, what opportunities do you think the internet offers most significantly?
There are so many. One of them is self-direct learning. Nowadays, college course materials, courses, and even certification can be accessed for free or at an affordable cost. Then there's the issue of business opportunities. Many people are starting small business using just social media without needing a physical store right away.
That's so true. If personally experienced the benefit when it comes to learning how to create content and manage social media.
That's a really concrete example. The internet is like a tool. The result depend on how we use it.
Wow, this has been such an interesting conversation. So the bottom line is the internet has become an important part of our lives. It offers health benefit, but we also need to approach it wisely so we don't fall prey to its negative effects.
I totally agree. The key is to keep learning and staying up to date on digital literacy so the internet truly becomes a tool that benefits us rather than overwhelming us.
Thank you so much, Tiara, for sharing your story and insight today.
You're welcome, Nabila. I really enjoyed chatting with you.
To everyone, thank you for joining us for this episode. See you in the next one.
Bye bye. Hello, welcome back to Anti Talk podcast. I'm Tiara, and in this episode, I'll be talking about artificial intelligence.
Hi Tiara, hi everyone. I'm also really excited to talk about this because AI is such a big part of our daily lives right now.
That's so true. Before we dive deeper, what do you think AI actually is in simple terms?
So, to put it simply, AI is kind of computer system of program design to learn from data, and from there it can make decision or reproduce results similar to how humans think.
When it comes to everyday application, how far do you think AI has already connected our lives?
It's actually quite deep. Took sometimes we don't realize it. For example, the video or song recommendation that appear in apps that's AI at work, learning our habits. Then there's the face recognition feature on our phones, virtual assistant, and even customer service chatbots. There are all example of AI application we use every day.
So basically, we have been living side by side with AI without even realizing it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's even being used more and more in the workplace and in education, for example, to help with data analysis, create summaries, or even support the learning process for students like us.
There are certainly many benefits, but it seems quite a few people are also concerned about AI. In your opinion, what are the most common concerns?
The most common topic of discussion is usually the potential loss of jobs, since some jobs that involve routine and repetitive tasks are indeed likely to be replaced by automated systems. Then there's also concern about the accuracy or information, because AI can sometimes generate answers that sound convincing but are actually incorrect.
Exactly. So we should just blindly trust AI result.
That's right, which is why it's so important to stay critical. AI is a tool, not replacement for our own thinking. AI results still need to be double checked, especially when used for important things like academics, assignment, or work.
Besides that, are there any other challenges you think we should be aware of, for example, from an ethical standpoint?
Yes, data privacy is also a major concern. AI needs data to learn, and that data sometimes comes from user personal information. That's why it's so important to have clear rules about how that data is collected and used to prevent it from being misused.
Thank you so much, Nabila, for sharing such interesting insight today.
You're welcome, Tiara. Thanks also for inviting me to chat about such an exciting topics.
To all of you who listen until the end, thank you so much. See you in the next episode of Anti Talks.
Bye!